Shalom, Israel. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BASHAM, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who teach and rule well at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one, Israel eat their defiled bread. Israel eat their defiled bread. Call halal yamla Allahayinawa Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. Call halal Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. And I was reading this article. This was what sparked the lesson. I'm gonna read a little bit of it, but basically, our food is completely defiled, man, and there is a famine, pestilence that are coming that's going to take place worldwide, and the meat is going to be, the meat is going to be completely contaminated real soon here. It's getting worse with people eating food and getting sick and starting to die and stuff like that. They're printing fake meat. This is the wave of the future right now, of fake meat. And there's no telling what Esau is putting in this fake meat. With these stemming from these animal cells and chicken cells and stuff like that. It isn't your typical, way to eat meat, to where you kill the cow or chicken and cut it up and clean it and cook it and eat it. It ain't gonna be that no more. We're going into a lab grown meat. You also have Bill Gates, who done bought up all this farmland. He's supposedly the biggest farmland owner in America. And he's not no farmer, but this is all part of the plan. Let me get to this article, but this is a very terrifying time that we're entering, due to the lack of bread and water, and ultimately the food contamination. Because if you eat the contaminated food, you're gonna die, and it's then put a lot of people to death. But this is Forbes. The article off Forbes, and this is last week. It says over 245,000 pounds of frozen chicken strips recalled due to plastic contamination. It says, this is one type of strip show that you shouldn't have had any plastic yet. It says, when a consumer tried to feast on part of an 8.9 ounce banquet chicken strips meal, guess what showed up in one of the chicken strips? It says a piece of plastic. So they bit into that chicken, was eating it in plastic. Next thing you know, you're eating plastic. It says, in fact, that person reportedly had an oral injury to show for it. You see? So it was eating that chicken, and it come, find out and look at it, what is this? Oof, plastic, and end up getting caught in his throat, or something happened to his throat, to their throat. It says, had an oral injury to show for it. Well, such a strip show has promoted Conagra brands to issue a recall of approximately 245,000 pounds of this frozen chicken strip products. And I'll leave it there. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but basically, this is This is unheard of, man. You know, plastic all in your chicken, and you know, these different you know, pestilence and stuff that's on the meat. You know, you really have to watch what you're eating at this time, man. This is why we're in a time of fasting and mourning, you know, praying over your food, really watching what you eat. You know, you know, I know a lot of us work, and you might have kids and family, and you work all day, come home, and you don't feel like cooking. You know, you might want to order some food for you and your family, or order for you. And that's another thing too, of eating out. You know, eating out a lot. That's not, you know, and this time, you know, you gotta really use discernment in this time, man. You know, you buy some meat from the grocery store, or wash your meat off, your produce, your veggies and produce, wash them and clean them real good. You know, you gotta really watch what you're putting in your body at this time, and you know, and you know, like I said, praying over your food and cooking some home cooked food. But it's coming down to the wire, man, and you know, there's a famine, and there's a worldwide famine going to take place, and there's pestilence coming. You know, there's millions and millions and millions of chickens that's been put to death due to that bird flu. The cows, the lambs that are being slaughtered. You know, you have the drought, the water issue. But Esau, basically, this is going to be a man-made famine. You know, Esau releasing these bio weapons, and it's cleaving to the animals, and even on to the people. And Esau is just shutting off. He's casting that trench around, and he's cutting off, you know, shutting off everything. You know, ultimately this is the Lord who's doing this. And this already happened in Jerusalem, man, in 70 AD, where the Roman soldiers, you know, they shut off, they surrounded the city, and no food came in and nothing came out. You know what I mean? And the famine, the pestilence, and you know, we're running through the city, man, and you also have cannibalism that's gonna take place, you know, due to the lack of food. But this is part of the punishment that the Lord is gonna send on 2/3 of his own people, and also to the other nations. You know, this is a terrible time, because, you know, you Americans, you've been accustomed to eating 24/7, and this is all about to change. This is all about to change. But let me go here, Ezekiel 4:13. Ezekiel 4:13, and it reads, it says, "And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them." See? And the Lord has scattered Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you know, you tribes, you know, into captivity, and you've accustomed, a lot of you have accustomed and are stuck in the ways of the heathen. You know, you eat shrimp, crab, lobster, you eat alligators, you eat, I mean, all type of stuff, man. Duck, you know, all abominable foods, you know, you're accustomed to eating. And right along with that, you know, all the food is defiled. The way it's prepared and packaged, and you know, Esau just, you know, the heathenistic ways on how this is done, man. And we're eating the bread that we eat, the meat, our water, everything is just defiled. It's tainted, man. But this is what the Lord, you know, said he would do. But it says, let me hop to 15. It says, then he said unto me, lo, I have given thee cow's dung for man's dung, and thou shalt prepare thy bread therewith. You're gonna bake your bread with cow's dung, man. You know, all that bread that you buy and chicken and beef and, you know, all of our food is defiled, man. It's contaminated. You know, this is why you have to pray over your food. But it's going to get worse than this. It's going to get worse than this because you also have a famine that's setting in. It says 16. It says, moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem. There's a famine coming. There's a famine coming, and then you're going to have a lot of Israelites, you know, two-thirds. A lot of you two-third Israelites you're going to perish in starvation, man. Some of you are going to witness your own children die of starvation and even eat some of your own children. This is how bad it's going to get. See? This is coming. This already happened, but this is coming again, but it's going to be even worse. It says, moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. And this time coming ain't gonna be no wasting food. See, and people can see that right now because you got the high cost of food, of groceries and stuff right now. I dare somebody to be throwing away wasting food at this time right now, especially if you just living check to check and your kids, you better not be wasting no food. And this is what the Lord is doing. You have the cost of living, the cost of groceries, and then food is going to become scarcely, man, like the Lord said. Every drop of water is going to count. Every single drip drop of water that you have is going to count coming down the line here. Because, you know, here in the Pacific, you know, the Northwest and the West Coast, you know, overall, you know, water is becoming more and more, tough, you know, in some of these places because, you know, the drought. And due to contamination in the water too. Water is going to become the new gold down the line here. Water. Because you need water to live. So the Lord is saying, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care. You're going to care. And they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. See? America has, you've been spoiled rotten, man. Access to food 24/7. You get to drink all hours of the night. You know, all of this is about to change. And this end time, you're going to have a cup of clean water down the line here. And this time of trouble is going to be like gold. You know, you got water, you're doing big things in this time of tribulation that's coming. See? So every drop of water and food is as we get closer in this Jacob's trouble, you know, a lot of you are gonna care. You're gonna care on you have a pack of peanuts. You're gonna care about that. You know. Some sunflower seeds. That's how bad it's gonna get. You got a bottled water with a pack of peanuts with some sunflower seeds. Yeah, that thing is gonna be like it's gonna be a fancy meal to people, man. 17. I'll close out with this. It says 17. It says that they may want bread and water and be astonished. See, that they may want bread and water and be astonished one with another and consume away for their iniquity. Right. With the Lord cutting this, or bringing this famine in, a lot of you are going to consume away for in your iniquity, for your sin, for your wicked ways and being evil, man, and not coming back to the Lord. You're going to die of starvation. He said you're going to consume away for their iniquity. You're going to consume away in your punishment. You know, the pestilence, the famine, you see. But, you know, I'll leave it there. But the Lord said, man, you know, his servants are going to eat and drink. And to the wicked, you know, you're gonna starve. You're gonna be hungry, man. You're gonna thirst. You know, and you have a lot of these preppers that's around America and around the world that's been stocking up and storing these food in their bunkers and different bug out houses and stuff. All that food you preppers are storing up, that's for the elect of the Lord, man, out of the tribes of Israel. And all that food that you storing up, that's for the elect. But you know, the pestilence, the famine is going to increase. Is going to get terrifying out here. It's going to be like The Walking Dead, man. This is how bad it's going to get. Cannibalism coming. Cannibalism. But the days of just eating your hamburger and French fries, and you know, you half eat your hamburger and still got half your French fries left, and ordering food and throwing that away. Them days is coming to an end.